The second summit between U.S. President Donald Trump and North Korean leader Kim Jong Un is getting underway in these minutes. The two leaders came face to face within the last hour. Serious talks are set for tomorrow. Trump wants to push Kim to give him nuclear weapons program in exchange for economic development. Kim and Trump are now dining together at the Metropole Hotel in the Vietnamese capital, Hanoi. The talks in Vietnam come 8 months after a historic summit in Singapore, the first between a sitting U.S. president and a North Korean leader. And covering this summit for us, we have our correspondent, Alexandra Fonaman, standing by, traveling with the U.S. president. So tell us, Alexandra, Trump and Kim, they have now come face to face for the first time in Vietnam. What is the atmosphere during that meeting?
Well, I would say that from what we could see, the atmosphere is quite good. They're all smiling, shaking hands, and the U.S. president said that he thinks that it's going to be a very successful summit. He was asked whether the U.S. has given up his aim of the nuclearization of the Korean peninsula, and he said no. Then he was also asked if there will be an end of the Korean War declaration at the end of this summit, and he said, well, we will see. So the atmosphere is quite good. And, you know, President Trump believes very strongly that it's important for him to have a good relationship with Kim Jong Un, and that this is the key to solving the problem.
And, you know, if we compare and contrast it with the last summit we know between the two leaders in Singapore, I mean, that summit was really criticized for being all smiles, very little substance, a vaguely worded statement. Is there the sense that we might see more this time around?
Well, you know, this is, Sarah, very difficult to say right now. Experts here whom I talked to told me that it is important, that they believe that this meeting may not be able to solve the whole crisis, but it is important that it is going to start a process, that we may see in the end a roadmap that could eventually lead to the nuclearization of North Korea. And we are hearing that there might be some concessions then Kim is ready to make, that he may be willing to dismantle one of North Korea's key nuke sites, that he may be willing to let inspectors enter the country. But of course, that is something that he only will do if he will see corresponding steps from the U.S. At the moment, the U.S. position is that they are not going to ease the sanctions. No way, this is not going to happen if there are no concrete steps towards denuclearization. That's the U.S. position right now.
Okay, so much to work out as that summit there gets underway where you are, Alexandra. But, you know, Trump, he might be in Asia, but he's also having a close eye on things that are happening in the United States. And I'd just like to bring in one particular wrinkle and then get your reaction to it, because in the United States media they're reporting that his former fixer, Michael Cohen, will today tell Congress that Trump is a racist, conman, and cheat. And check out this tweet, because this was Donald Trump's response. He wrote the following: Michael Cohen was one of many lawyers who represented me. Unfortunately, he did bad things unrelated to Trump. He is lying in order to reduce his prison time. So, Alexandra, I'd just like to get your reaction then, therefore, to that, because, you know, he has this meeting with Kim, Donald Trump. Is he using this to deflect, essentially, away from his own domestic troubles, as we can see there?
Well, and it is very damaging for the president to have this testimony happening in Washington while he is having this very important summit here in Hanoi. And when you look at the street, you know what is on the president's mind, and he is certainly going to watch this testimony. And it's not really true that Michael Cohen is just one of many attorneys who used to work for President Trump. He was his personal lawyer. He was his fixer. That's the way he described himself, someone who helped Donald Trump to solve troubles with regards to his personal and business dealings. So he is someone who knows a lot. He is accusing the president of directing him to commit campaign finance violation. So this is really damaging. He is working with the Mueller investigation. We will see what else he has to say. And there is reason for the U.S. president to be worried about what Michael Cohen has to say today.
Alexandra von Namen with the very latest there, not only on the situation in the U.S., but also as this summit gets underway in Vietnam between the North Korean and the U.S. leaders. Thank you.